Welcome back, friends. Today I'm really excited to get to a project that has been out of sight and out of mind for many years. And what has happened over here at my house right here, I have an area upstairs on the main level that we had a water heater that was in a little enclosed compartment, and then it just had a little panel on the outside that screwed shut. So it's basically a little bit smaller than like a one-person shower stall, and I can use it for storage for a lot of my battery items, like my power tool batteries in the wintertime. Because in my garage right here, I only heat it when I'm out here working. Otherwise, it can actually get below freezing, and it's not good to have your batteries in the cold right here. So we're gonna go in there. I'm gonna show you the closet, what it looks like. I have some rehabbing to do and some things to prep to get it ready. But in this video right here, we're gonna get to the French Cleat item, and then I'll probably have a small series where I might have a couple other videos to follow this one, showing the rest of the completion where I'm gonna be running some wiring. So let's go first take a look at the closet. Here's a video clip of me removing the panel for the first time in about 5 years. I forgot how messy it is in there. So I definitely have my work cut out for me. I have this pipe to remove from the ceiling, and I have some other plumbing to remove and some holes to patch. Then I put a light in there and a switch and an outlet. So one of the big obstacles in the way is this 1/2-inch gas line. So I have my son Sawyer helping me remove it. Fortunately, there's a shutoff nearby, so we were able to easily cap the gas line and now get on to the cleanup, so then we can start on the French cleats. We're back out in my shop now. We're ready to make some sawdust. Before we do, I want to quickly explain on the whiteboard right here what I'm doing. So if you look at that closet, there's a pretty narrow door right there. And then behind it is that wall. I'm gonna try to draw this to scale. It's a little wider on this side. So my plan for the back wall right here, I'm gonna install some 1/4-inch maple veneer plywood, and I can't put a full piece on there, so I'm gonna have to actually cut it in half because of this door opening right here. So what I'm gonna do is cut a piece for the bottom section first, and then install it, and then I'm going to cut a piece for the top right there and install it. So to secure the plywood, I'm gonna use a combination of construction adhesive and some 18-gauge brad nails, and then I have the horizontal slats. I'm using this Select Pine 1x4. Now the more popular choice is gonna be getting some 3/4-inch plywood and ripping it down yourself. I just decided to go this route right here, which is more expensive since it's such a small closet, but you can do what you want, and let me know what you would prefer doing. So now after I get that installed, then we're going to, as I mentioned, put all these slats across right there. So now let's start cutting the material down, and then we'll install it. Let's take a close look at some of the power tools I'll be using. This is the Milwaukee M18 Fuel 12-inch dual bevel sliding compound miter saw. And this is the Milwaukee Universal Miter Saw stand. And you can see that work support to the right side. It has a flip-up stop so I can make repetitive cuts quickly. And then we have the Milwaukee M18 Fuel. This is battery powered. It's a table saw, which works amazing. You'll see me make some 45-degree cuts on that. And then for collecting the dust, I have the Milwaukee 8-gallon dust extractor. This is a HEPA filter vacuum. It works great on silica dust and also works well for the sawdust in my shop. Okay, so let's get cutting. See how I did over here, 29 1/8, loving it. In the middle. All right, so as long as you take it slow and easy, keep it steady and straight, you can rip a full length of plywood. This 1/4-inch natural maple right here worked really well on this table saw. So nice thing on the saw right here is to have this fold down feature that supports the weight when you're doing some wider cuts like this. So if I didn't have that, then it would sag down a little bit. So this right here holds it nice and tight to the fence, keeping it completely flush to the table. So now we're gonna cut the slats that go on the back wall. They're 28 inches long. So what I like about this Milwaukee miter saw stand right here, I've had it for probably about 2 or 3 months. So you can cut your boards the way you want. But what I did is I set this up right here. You flip that like that. And I have it adjusted right now to 28 inches. So I don't have to go and measure every board. I just have that stop right there. And then on the saw right here, I have the shadow line right there. So I can just go ahead and cut. I think I'm gonna do like 12 or 13 of these. I have to go check. So before we get started, I'm gonna hook up the Milwaukee dust extractor. So we're gonna take the bag off the back and put this on in place of it. Just slides right in there and we are ready to start cutting. So the next thing we're gonna do is start the dust extractor right there. I wanted to show you a quick little hack that I came up with. So nice feature that this has, you can take a power tool, you can plug it into that, and then when you turn your power tool on, the vacuum automatically starts, and then it will run for like another 5 seconds after you shut it off. But since right now, a lot of the power tools that I have are battery powered, I did find a little hack right here. So I have this Christmas light switch. This was only, I don't know, like $3 or $4 at Christmas time at Home Depot. And the one thing I had to do is just find like a little clip light that I have. So if you step on this, it will power the tool. You can also go out and buy a tool switch, but I find that to be quite a bit more expensive. But for me, just to get by in my shop right here, this is quick and easy. If I step on it, ready to cut. So now you can see how both these slats are ripped at 45 degrees and how well they lock into each other. It's going to work great in the French Cleat system. Let's rip some more. So at some point, I'm going to take this shelf right here. That's where I like to store my gym bag, and take that little coat rack off, and we're going to make this one big door right here. So I'm going to cut that open. But the first thing I'm going to do is actually go in here and make my French Cleats system. So we're going to start off in this video just doing the back wall right here. And down there is where they drilled holes in the floor for the water heater. So I have a plan to fix that and then put some hardwood flooring on top. So that will be in another video as well. So this video right here is really going to focus on getting the French Cleats set up. Okay, so we have a little bit of cleanup to do. The French Cleats are installed here in the closet. So now we're going to build something to hold some camera gear to start out with. And I'll show you how it locks into this and how I can easily maneuver it around. So here we have some 1/2-inch plywood. It's a 2-foot by 4-foot piece. So I want to be able to store all my camera lenses. I have several ND filters. Right here, I'm going to draw. This is going to be just a little bit bigger, so there's a little bit of wiggle room in there. We're going to rip this on the table saw there, and then here. So we have the front, we have the sides, we have the bottom in place. We'll do the back last because we have to figure out how long that's going to be so it hangs on the cleats. I have this piece of plywood, which is going to be 12 inches long. That way I can have one here and another one further down there. So here is the final modification that I made to the French Cleat shelves. So I have 2 of the cleats on the back instead of the 1. And then I had this bottom tray extending out just a little further, and I don't really have that up as high, so I can just put some things on there and easily grab it, fit my hand in there. So this looks like it's gonna work really well. It's gonna hold all my lenses, and it looks nice and strong. So I'm hoping that this has given you some ideas in case you wanna store some things around your house, some tools or camera gear like I have. So if you find this video to be interesting, helpful, and informative, please give it a thumbs up and help support my channel. That's it, friends. Thanks for watching. See you next time.